and get this started. Okay. Oh, good morning, everybody. Oh my gosh, I am feeling tired this morning, but I had a fabulous day yesterday. Most of you probably know that I was doing my all-day creative escape yesterday. And that was a blast. I had so much fun, and I hope that the people, my customers that came, had fun as well. We got to, my favorite part is getting to spoil them with all the surprise gifts. I did share them on my Facebook page, so I hope you guys were able to see those. Good morning, Kim, Terry, and Janie. Thank you guys so much for popping on. I've got my coffee this morning, second cup. I am a little bit tired since I was up really late last night cleaning up the from the event, but it was a blast. I had so much fun, and I hope that if you didn't get to join us this year, you get to join us in the fall. I am going to do a Christmas version of the Creative Escape. It's an all-day retreat where you get to go and craft and do whatever you want. And there's some people who were at the event and they did other things. Like this one gal does like the book page folding that makes messages and stuff. So there's some really cool things out there. And somebody did scrapbooking the entire time. So it just varies. It's just whatever you want to do that day. Like my sister sews. I told her bring her sewing machine and start sewing some of those projects she had. So it really is for whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be paper crafting. It's just about you and enjoying a day for you. So I hope everybody had a blast. I did, and I really enjoyed myself. I'm going to set my coffee out of the way here so I don't do anything dangerous with it. I wanted to show you guys these beautiful rainbow of colors. These are the new in colors, and doesn't it look like a rainbow? Let me put them in order of a rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. Isn't that super cute? So I don't know if I'm all the way in the screen because I have a little bit of lag on my computer, but I am just loving these colors, and I'm super excited to tell you guys about this new club I'm starting in June, and it's called the In Color Club. And a lot of you have probably heard of such a club. I do have a little flyer about it here. And basically what it is it's a way for you to get all these 5 new in colors, but 1 month at a time. So 1 month you'll get all of the products in one of the colors. And then the next month is all of the products in a different color. So by the end of the 5 months, you have all 5 colors. And it's not just the ink. You get a pack of 40 pieces of the cardstock. You get the re-inker for your ink pad. You get a spool of the ribbon in that color for the month. You get, let's see what else. Oh, you get a marker. So one of the Stampin' markers in that color. And then each month I will have a card and another 3D project that I've designed in that in color that we will put together. And then I'll also have a surprise gift for you each month, something out of the catalog, out of the new catalog, whether it be an embellishment or some cute paper or something. You are going to get a thank you just for being part of the club that month. And there's going to be 2 different options. So if you're local and you want to join me, if you're local and you don't want to join me, that's okay. You can still get it. But if you're local and you want to join me, I will be having In Color Club at my home the 3rd Wednesday of every month. So the first one will be Wednesday, June 20th at 6:30. And we'll actually put the project, the card and the 3D object together, put it together, and then you'll take home all of your colors. And it's a surprise. Each month will be a different color, and you may not have the same color as somebody else. Everybody's going to get a different color each month, but at the end of the 5 months you'll have all 5 of the colors. And if you're not local, then I package it all up for you, and you get surprised in your mailbox each month, and I will put the projects together for you. So you'll get a card, a 3D gift from me, plus a gift from the catalog, and all of the products that I listed in that color. So, very cool. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to turn this light off. I think it's too shadowy. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that's my In Color Club. I'm really excited about that. And then All right, are you guys ready to see the projects for today? I am actually really excited because I've kind of felt like I was a little bit inspired by the retreat yesterday. So here is, Amanda, I know you're gonna be excited about this one. I think I saw Amanda on. This is the watermelon, I'm calling it the watermelon gift bag. Isn't that cute? So I've been playing with the in colors, as you can see. This is one of the new in colors. This is Call Me Clover. And this is lipstick, lovely lipstick. So the two together, I made a little watermelon bag. Isn't that cute? And I actually got to play with, I know it's been around for a while, but the gift bag punch board, I actually got to play with it to make this cute little bag. See here, this is the gift bag punch board. It is in the annual catalog, and it is essential to make these cute little bags. It makes it so easy. So I'm gonna show you how to use this thing. I got really familiar with it because we made a little bag for the retreat, and so I had to cut a bunch of them. So I'll show you how to make this, but I thought this was just a really fun, you know, just the stripes on the paper. This new designer series paper has those stripes, and it made me think of a watermelon. So this is the in color paper, and it comes in polka dots and stripes, and it comes in all 5 colors, and I just love it, and I just thought, well, that'd be really fun to make a watermelon bag. So we're gonna be doing that today. And then, remember how I said that it just reminded me of a rainbow? I made a rainbow card with the 5 in colors plus a purple. So there's no purple in the 5 in colors, so I used Fresh Fig. But the others are all of the in colors. So Lovely Lipstick, Grapefruit Grove, Pineapple Punch, Call Me Clover, and Blueberry Bushel. And so this is just a fun, bright, beautiful card. So I'll show you how I made that. And then last but not least, this was a gift at our retreat, and I thought these are so easy to make and so convenient and so nice to store your liquid glue. This is just a liquid glue stand. So it's so nice to keep your liquid glue stored upside down so that the tip is facing down, so the glue is there and ready for you to use it. Well, this little stand holds up your Tombow glue for you, and so I thought it would be fun. The one from the retreat that we gave as gifts was this one using the Tutti Frutti set. Isn't that cute? So then I designed one using the new in colors because I think Grapefruit Grove and Blueberry Bushel go really well together. So give me a thumbs up if you love these new in colors as much as I do. I'm just super excited. And I'll show you how we make this. This is so quick and easy. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and make let's do our gift bag first. We'll do the gift bag first. Okay. So I've got my gift bag punch board. I may have a faulty gift bag punch board, or I'm just super weak because the punch takes a lot of pressure. This is the little punch mechanism. And I don't know if it's just because I'm in a sitting position or what, but you have to put a lot of pressure on it. And then you have a little tool here. This is your little knife, your scoring tool, so you're gonna need that. And what you need to start to make this bag is you just need 2 pieces of 6x6 designer series paper. Okay, it's double-sided and it's 6x6, and we actually have to do a little bit of scoring before we can actually use this. So let me get my scoreboard out. That is actually, Janie, that is one of my favorite songs. Kermit the Frog sings about rainbows, and my whole family, we know that song, and I know we're a little bit weird, but we love that song, the Rainbow Song by Kermit the Frog. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a great song. Okay, so what I'm doing to the paper is I'm actually going to score the 6x6 paper on one side at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, now, the only thing you have to pay attention to is what direction you want the pattern to go. This is going to be the top of our bag, okay? And I want my stripes to go vertical, which is why I scored it with the stripes going vertical, so that when I fold it over, it looks like this. So I have to do the exact same thing when I'm scoring the second piece, right? So what you have to kind of pay attention to the direction that the paper's going. So I'm just gonna score both pieces at 3/4. Okay, That's all the scoring. That's it. The rest is done with the punch board. Okay, Terry, good. I'm glad it's not just me. These punch boards are stiff when they're new. I gotta work it out. Okay. So once you've scored it, you're going to burnish the score line on both of them. And you can glue them down now, or you can glue them down a little bit. I don't glue them down when I start with my punch board. Okay, so we're gonna do the exact same thing on both pieces, but I'll show you, we'll go piece by piece. The first thing that I find that I do that helps is scoring here at the bottom. There are directions. These come with directions. It tells you exactly what to do, and it tells you depending on what size bag you're using, and the directions come in like 50,000 languages. So these are really helpful. I keep these close by. But what I need to do is score. I'm doing it upside down, guys, because I'm left-handed. I know this is going to be confusing. Maybe I should turn it over so you guys can actually relate to it. But I'm just scoring this line down here horizontally, okay? You have to score it from the one end to the other. So I'm just going to do that now. And be really careful with this designer series paper. It's not very thick, okay? So it can tear on you really easily. Okay, so you've got this start line. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's a start line that's upside down for me. And you're going to line up the side of your paper at the start line, and you're going to punch. Okay? And then you're going to, oh, nope, keep that there. Then you're going to score at the medium mark. Okay? All the way up. Medium mark. Whoop. Okay, and then you're going to slide your piece over and line up that score line with the start line. The score line that you just did at the medium mark, you're going to line that up. You're going to punch again. Okay? And then you're going to score at the side 2 mark. All the way up. And then, this is the fun part, you score around the triangle on both sides. And then you score up the middle, just like that. You guys see that okay? Hopefully my hand's not in the way. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I was just checking your comments real quick. Hopefully nobody has any questions. I will try to watch for any. And if I miss anything, I will go back through and answer your questions afterwards. Okay. Didn't tell you what I just did. So I took that score line that was here at the side 2. I slid it over to the start line and punched one more time. So now you've created this bottom. This is the bottom of the bag. And you've created the side of the bag and a tab. Okay, so we're going to do this one more time with this piece. So we're lining it up at the beginning, at the start line, punching, scoring at the medium mark. Oop, don't move. And I still need to score the horizontal line across. So we'll do that. I need to move it over here so I can get all the way to the end. Okay. All right, so now we're going to line up at the score line that I just did at the M. Finish scoring horizontally all the way across. Punch again. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera with my elbow, but I did. Okay, sorry, everybody's gonna get seasick for a sec. Let's see, okay. Scoring at side 2. So this is the side of the bag. This is actually where we're creating the side of the bag. So with this little V here and this side score line. Okay, and then we're going to bring it all the way over to that side score and punch one more time. Okay, that's it. That is it. Now we get to make a cute little bag. Okay. All right, so here's what we need to do. We need to do some gluing. I'm going to use my liquid glue because I have it handy. And then we're going to glue this flap down. I'm just putting a thin layer of glue underneath and just pushing that down. Oh, good, Heather. I'm glad you wanted to see the glue holder. It actually comes together so easy. You're going to be so shocked. And then you're going to want to make a bunch. I promise you. I made, how many did I make? I made 15. Yeah, we had 15 people total for the for our retreat yesterday, and so I made 15 of those little suckers. Okay, we have to do some cutting. We only have to do one cut on each piece, okay? So this little flap here, we need to cut this off. And what I do is I just like to miter my edge. So I'm cutting at an angle here. So I have a little, so this is my tab, right? So I'm gonna fold the line so you guys can see. This is my tab that I'm gonna glue to my next piece. So that's what I did. I just cut off that bottom piece and mitered it so that it fits better. Okay, and I have to do the exact same thing on this piece. And then the next thing we're gonna do is actually burnish all our edges. I'm gonna get my bone folder for that. So just folding at this score line, folding on the tab. Has anybody used the gift bag punch board? Have you guys used it before? I finally broke down and got it because these cute little gift bags were just too cute and I needed the tool to make them. And I'm glad I did. It makes making a bag like 10 times easier. So as you can see, I've got everything scored and burnished, and now I'm going to put glue on this tab here. And I'm going to overlap the two pieces and line up my line. Just give that a little love. Just hold it there for a second. Okay, and then this is my favorite part. So I love this part. You guys, this is the best, okay? You put a little glue on the inside tab here. See how I like folded that over? So I've got the inside of the bag here. I just fold that over there. When I fold this side over, it's going to fit perfectly. This is my favorite thing. I love when things line up like this. Look at that. Ooh, it just made my bag complete. I love it. Love, love, love it. Okay. So now you've got this box started. Not complete yet. We've got to do the bottom. And the bottom's really simple. Like I just fold over my edges and I put a little bit of glue. Let's see, which way do I want the front to be? I want the lines to be in the back. Okay, so let's see. We want that to be in the back. So I'm going to glue down the back flap first. And I just put a little glue in these two corners because I know for sure that they're going to touch the side tabs like that, okay? And then I'm gonna turn it over and put a little pressure inside the bag where I put the glue, just so that it will stay. Okay, and then I'm gonna put glue on this front tab, just like that. I don't need a lot. Don't need to go crazy with the glue. I even got a little glue on the outside. Okay. You could use tear and tape. Tear and tape would be a really non-messy way to do this, but liquid glue is quicker. Okay, I'm just putting pressure, rubbing the bottom of the box so that it stays closed. Okay, and then this is, you just push in your sides. This is that side score line that we did. And it just makes this cute little bag. Look at that. Isn't that cute? There we go. Voila, we have a little watermelon bag started. Okay, now to do the handles, you need a hole punch. I think I can get away maybe with a 1 1/16 hole punch. You might need, well, I recommend a 1 1/8, but I don't have it handy with me because I'm a little bit unprepared today. Don't tell anybody. So I'm just using the 1/8 or the 1/16, which is going to be really small. And I'm just eyeballing where the handles need to be. I promise you no one is going to take a ruler to your project and make sure that you measured it just right. I promise you no one's going to do that. So to make my little handles, I used the new In Color Gauze Grain ribbon. This is the same color as the bag. This is Call Me Clover. Pray for me, guys. See if I can get this strung through that tiny little hole. There's like probably no way I'm going to do this unless maybe I use my piercing tool. You guys get to see me struggle and stab myself probably. Okay. Let's see. Can I get it through? I might have to use my bigger hole punch, but then we might be in a situation because the hole punch is much bigger than the ribbon and we would have a problem. Oh, where is Kara's 1/8 inch hole punch when I need it? Yeah, this is not gonna go well. Anyone have, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be resourceful. I'm gonna just make the hole a little bit bigger by punching right next to it. Aha! Look at that. Don't ever tell me you don't have the right product or the right tool for the job. MacGyver it today. Nobody's gonna be able to tell too, because the ribbon's gonna cover that. Okay, let's see if I made it better or made it worse. Come on, you can do it. I kind of ruined my ribbon. Let me get it at an angle so I can get it through. There we go. Okay. Woohoo! All right, so we're gonna string it through through the inside, out through the outside, and then back into the center, into the inside of the bag, like so. And we're gonna tie a knot at the end. Yay for MacGyver! Woohoo! Okay. Janie's always full of really good suggestions. Thank you, Miss Janie, for looking out. Appreciate it. Okay. And Terry's an expert too. Thanks, Terry. We did it. Look at that, teamwork. Okay, one more time. We gotta do this. You guys get to sit and watch me struggle. Okay, got it. This one oh no, it's good. Woohoo! Okay, did it. Yay! So we're gonna tie a little knot with my sausage fingers here. My sausage fingers say hi. Okay, I'm gonna cut this. Let me just make sure I've got kind of the same height on both handles. Again, nobody's gonna be measuring my project. Okay. I really did design this for you, Amanda. I had you on the brain because I know you love watermelons. And the Tutti Frutti stamp set has a watermelon on it. And I almost used that for this, but then I'll show you what I ended up doing instead, because the Tutti Frutti stamp set is retiring. So there we go. We've got our handles for our bag. Now we just need, now that all that's left is our cute little tag. And this is where the watermelon comes into play, because I actually used a designer series paper to make the watermelon. So let me show you how I went ahead and did that. Let me pin my ribbon so it's secured. Okay, so I've got 2 pieces of the designer series paper, and I have my 2-inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch my striped Call Me Clover cardstock, or designer series paper. Okay, and then I need my 1 3/4 inch, and I'm going to punch the polka dot, the lovely lipstick polka dot paper, like so. Okay, and then I just glued one on top of the other. I love that the paper is 2-sided. Isn't that cute? Love that. Okay, and then I put I want my rhinestone to be, my lines to be up and down, but you really could do whatever you wanted. But I really like the lines that looks like a rind. Did I say rhinestone? I meant rinds of like a melon rind. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut this sucker in half. And there's really no, like, I'm not like measuring it and saying, okay, this is half. I'm just eyeballing it and just cutting. Just cut. It's okay. See, look, it worked. It's all good. Uh-oh. What are we saying? Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments at the bottom of my feed. Oh, I do not have sausage fingers. I do have sausage fingers. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so now that I've punched my watermelon, I punched it. And then I also went ahead of time and punched the circle for my label. And then I need my Tutti Frutti stamp set, which I didn't get out, so I have to get my fruit basket stamp set, and I don't know where it's at. Give me a second, guys. I will find it, I promise. It's up here on my shelf somewhere. I just have to see it. It has to jump out at me and slap me in the face. Oh, there it is. Okay. Whew. It's going to be one of those days, guys. Okay. So here's the thing about this label. I love this stamp set because it has a to and from on it, which is going to be perfect for the back of my label. These two little baby tiny sentiments, to and from. This is upside down, to and from. So we'll stamp those in basic black. I also don't have my ink out, so yeah, actually it's just in arm's reach, so that's okay. So to and from go here, and I'm just going to put it on the back of my label because I'm going to give the bag to someone, right? So I want them to know who it's from and who it goes to. So to and from, and that's kind of crooked, but nobody's looking. Okay, and then the other side is where my watermelon is going to go. And I just want to glue it kind of, not straight, just kind of sideways. And you could put it on a dimensional if you wanted to have it pop a little bit. But I'm going to have my sentiment pop out on a dimensional so it stands out a little bit. So that's why I didn't pop the watermelon. You could do both, I guess, but I didn't. And now I'm getting a piece of lovely lipstick. I don't need that big old piece, but I'm going to cut it down. Move all my crap out of the way. Ooh. Perfect opportunity to use my chamois. This is the chamois, you guys. Listen for the squeak. Do you guys hear the squeak? I love it. It cleans those stamps so well. Love that thing. Okay, back on track. I know, I'm like a squirrel. Like squirrel. Okay, so I'm going to cut this piece of lovely lipstick off camera here at 1/2 inch. Okay, and I'm definitely not going to need this whole piece. And I'm going to stamp You Are the Sweetest, which is probably as you can see, my favorite stamp in this set because it's so used. So You Are the Sweetest. I need a block. Come here, block. You ever have a block stick to another block? Well, that just happened to me. Okay. Way too big for this sentiment, but that's okay. I'm doing it again in basic black. You Are the Sweetest. Like that. And then I am going to use my paper snips and I'm just going to trim it down, and then I'm going to use my banner punch, my triple banner punch, and I'm going to do my edge. And I always do my sentiment facing up, and I do my punch upside down so that I can see where I need to punch. That way I'm not punching too much or too little, just enough. So there's the sentiment. I need my dimensionals, which I think I actually have to open a new package altogether. I love the mini dimensionals, and that's really all I want to use ever because I don't have to cut them down. I don't have to, they just are perfect. They're perfect for small pieces, big pieces, any kind of piece. So I love these little guys. So just going to get 2 to put on the back of my little sentiment. Doesn't that Designer Series paper truly look? What is Janie say? Oh, squeaky squeaky from the block. Tiffany from the block. Janie, you're having too much fun. Okay, so there you go. There's our little our little tag. Excuse me. And then here's the to and from on the back. And we're just going to hole punch again. And I know you guys already had to suffer through this once. I'm sorry. But we got our little hole punch. And then I have some baker's twine. Pray for me. And we're going to string it through that little hole. And I just put the little end in my mouth and got it wet and twisted it. I know that's gross. I'll cut it off so nobody has to have my germs. And look how easy that was to string through a 1 16th hole punch. By the way, did you guys notice that the 1 16th hole punch in the catalog is retiring? So, yeah, and it is on clearance right now. It's on clearance. It is discounted till the end of May, and then you won't be able to get it anymore. So just saying, guys, if you have to have the 1 16th hole punch, get it while it's on sale. Okay, so I just string it through the little handle, and then I just tie both ends together. Nothing complicated or confusing about that. And the Tutti Frutti set, I already told you guys, is retiring, which makes me really sad. There's a lot of things retiring. If you haven't looked, you need to look. They haven't put any more discounts since the ones they've already done, but things are going to probably start going away. I think my end is too long, but you get the picture. I'm not even going to mess with it right now, but you get the picture. There you go. That's how you make this cute little cute little gift bag. And with little handles, a little watermelon. Super, super cute. Fun little project. Okay, project number 2 is going to take a lot of framelit work, let me tell you, and but it's worth it. It is worth the framelits. I love the sunshine, the Rainbow Builder, framelits. They are retiring, which makes me really sad. For some reason, I thought they were carrying over, and I was really excited, and I just got them, and they're not carrying over. So I was wrong, and I'm sad. But I got to play with them a whole bunch yesterday at the retreat, so I did get my fill of them. These are the framelits. You have to actually cut out each little rainbow separately, but we're going to go ahead and make this beautiful little card. I just think this is a fabulous birthday card, and it's so bright and vibrant, and it uses all of our new ink colors. So here's what you need for this project. Okay, look at all these little pieces. We got to keep track of all of our pieces, okay? Help me do that because you know me. All right, first of all, I just want to point out I do have my little adhesive sheets because these are going to come in super handy when I'm cutting all these rainbows, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, we have to have pieces of all the cardstock in the rainbows. So red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, purple too. Haha. And on my project sheet on my blog post this morning has the measurements for these. And if you cut them down to the size they need to be, and the measurements are in there, it makes it so much easier to run them through the Big Shot. So I'll show you that in a minute. We need a piece of the pineapple punch for the sun. We need a piece of the blueberry bushel for our hot air balloon. Okay. We need a piece of vellum and 2 pieces of cardstock for the clouds. And we don't need a staple. Don't know why that's in there. We need a piece of Tempting Turquoise for our background sky and our thick Whisper White cardstock for the base. Okay, so there's all our pieces. Here's what we're going to do with the colors. Let me move this guy over here because we're going to need it in a second. We've got all of our colors here, and we're going to actually put them on the adhesive sheet so that when we run it through the Big Shot, all we got to do is peel and stick. It's going to make our lives a lot easier. So you can see I've taken just the backing piece that says to peel. See, it says peel here. Peel that off. Be really careful because anything you touch on this sheet is going to stick. Let's see, is this long enough this way? Okay, we're gonna pretend it's long enough. It'll do the job. And you're just gonna stick that piece of cardstock down on the adhesive sheet, and we're gonna do all the colors that way. Okay. And I snagged a couple pieces because I knew one wasn't gonna cut it, but I don't like to waste. I like to use up all of my sheets. So we got the rest of the colors here. And we'll put it sideways. Like so. And like so. Okay. Oh, I'm going to trim off the excess adhesive sheet because I don't want it to stick on my Big Shot when I run it through. Because then we will have a big hot mess. More than we already do. Okay, and I'm going to trim this one down too a little bit so we don't get a bunch of glue everywhere. Okay, so we've got our 2 pieces. Now we've got adhesive all over my fingers too, just FYI. Okay, Big Shot, come in here. We got our Big Shot. And am I organized, Janie? That nobody's ever said that to me. You're the first. You're the first one to tell me that. All right, so we've got all of our little rainbow pieces, okay? And it's kind of hard to see because they're everywhere. But we're going to take each piece of the rainbow and put it on its color. So red, and then the second biggest piece is orange. And then the third is yellow. Red, orange, yellow. Yellow's a tight fit, but it works. Then green. Then blue. You guys see that? And then purple. Okay, don't shift on me. I mean, yeah, I'm using the magnetic plate, which is great, but some of these little pieces do shift sometimes, so just be really... Blue, behave. Just be really careful. Okay, I'm gonna set this down for a second, put my top base plate on, and run it through. Oh my gosh, the blue shifted. Blue, no. And the green already started cutting, so now we have to line that up again. Okay, this is where washi tape comes in handy. I know you guys are lecturing me about that right now as we speak. Here we go. Run that through. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it here because I actually have to cut some more things. So we're going to take all our rainbow pieces. Come on. And I will organize these again in a second. And we'll set those aside. We'll go through those in a minute. And then we need our starburst, or sun, our little sun. So we've got that. And we need our cloud pieces. So our clouds, we're going to cut the two white pieces the same. So I'm going to try and cut them both at the same time. There's one that is kind of straight across, and there's one that's like really cloudy, like lots of big fluffy clouds. I want my white pieces to be the same, but I don't want to cut off very much of the cardstock because I still want a lot of the cardstock left. So I'm trying to move the clouds up as high as I can. Okay, so that I leave a lot of the cardstock. And then I've got my little starburst, and then I don't think I can cut the vellum at the same time, so I'll do that one separately. So we'll just run these through. Hopefully I can cut both of those pieces of Whisper White. It shouldn't have a problem cutting them. So we've cut those. Yep, see, it cut right through both of them. So we've got those pieces. We've got our sun, and now we just need to cut our vellum. And if you were at the retreat, there were 2 people at the retreat with me yesterday, Evelyn and Eileen, and they got to see me cut clouds all day and rainbows all day. They thought I was going to lose my mind with as many clouds as I was cutting. So with the vellum, you can actually cut it about halfway through the page. Again, all the measurements are on my project sheet on my blog, and the blog did post this morning. It posts at 8 o'clock when I go live. So it is up now, so you can go check that out if you need to. And that is all the Big Shot work I have for this project. So we'll move this out of the way. Actually, no, I lied. I have one more. I have to cut the beautiful, I think it's beautiful, air balloon. This framelit set is carrying over, which I'm happy about. I love this set. So we do need to cut that out. I see a little piece of, do you guys see that tiny little piece of cardstock stuck in there? I need to punch that out. Or poke it out, I guess. This has lots of little details to it, so it's hard getting all that cardstock out sometimes. Okay, so I've got my hot air balloon on here. Strip that I cut is kind of thin, so hopefully I can fit the whole thing on there angled. Just run that through. My head is still in the clouds, Janie. Yes, ma'am. Always has been, always will be. I think that's a song too. I think she's still coming up with song titles. She's good at that game. She would beat me, that's for sure. Okay, I'm using my my dye brush, and it comes with this little foam mat, and it is magical with these little pieces. I say magical and it's like, ooh, wow, look, half of them are still left. My dye brush took a beating with all of the framelit work I did for the retreat, so it may need to be replaced. And it looks like it didn't cut very well, so we'll just poke those out real quick. Real quick, I say real quick, and it's like as slow as a turtle. There we go. Get out. Yeah, I can definitely tell that the framelit didn't cut very well. I probably should have ran it through a couple more times, or ran it through with the precision plate. That probably would have saved everyone time. But the precision plate does warp your plates, and I just bought these plates and I didn't want to warp them too badly, but goodness, I'm gonna cut another one. Maybe not. Gosh, that didn't cut out really well at all. Okay, let me try this one more time. Let me see if I can get, as I throw framelits at myself, let me see if I can get it to cut out all the way. I'm just putting it back over the impression to see if I can get those little pieces to cut out. Just running it a couple times through to see if I can get it all the way out. Did it cut better? We shall see. Yes, I love this brush. This is a lifesaver brush. Really, truly is. I'm not demonstrating it very well, but okay, there, look at that. Completely clean. Love it. Okay. All right, and it does get all those little pieces out of my framelit too, except one little one I missed over here. But it is a lifesaver, and I think it's only, I want to say it's $12, and it's just a great deal, and it just saves so much time, especially when you're doing little pieces. And I'm thinking of you, Kim, because your Valentine's card had a ton of these little pieces. So if you don't own that die brush, put that on your wish list, because it will save you, it will save your life. Okay. All right, so now we'll bring back our little rainbow pieces, and we'll take all of those out because we're going to build a rainbow. And we've got a cloud, and we've got all our colors. Okay. Let me show you here. We're going to go ahead and glue our piece of Tempting Turquoise to our Whisper White base. Shaker card confetti. I like it, Terry. She's so creative. Saving all those scraps and reusing them. Love it. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is we actually do want to just put our rainbow down where we want it, and then we'll put our clouds around it. So we're going to build the rainbow. I can't pick up my rainbow. We're going to build the rainbow. And remember, we did our adhesive sheet on the back, so we just need to peel now. Peel that off, and the sticky stuff remains. And we're going to decide where our rainbow is going to be. You can have you could actually have the whole rainbow in your picture, or you could have it off. I wanted it to be off the card a little bit. So I just put mine right about there and just stuck it down. See how easy that is? This is why these adhesive sheets are amazing. So this is Lovely Lipstick. This is Grapefruit Grove. I like this Grapefruit Grove color. It's kind of like a lighter version of Calypso Coral, don't you think? It's like Peekaboo Peach and Calypso Coral had a baby, and its name is Grapefruit Grove. These names are so fun. Okay, and then we've got our pineapple punch. So there we go. Don't stick. Have to be careful it doesn't stick to your workspace. It can. So I haven't been pushing down on that side as hard because I don't want it to stick to the outside of the card and tear. So you're just building your rainbow one piece at a time, just peeling off all the backing. You can use your piercing tool if you don't have nails or it's not cooperating. I managed to get it just rubbing it the side of it. What is that? It looks like my blue cut off a little bit. My blue was the one that was misbehaving, so it doesn't surprise me that it didn't cut perfectly, but it's okay. Truly, my cards are never perfect because I am not perfect. And I do try my best. It's not that I don't try, but people just have to love me for me and accept that I'm not perfect and I don't make perfect projects. And you need to accept, if you don't make perfect projects, that that's okay too. Still give them away. Still give your cards to people. Don't be embarrassed to share your creations because they're going to love them. Okay, so here's what we're going to do for the clouds. We're going to layer our clouds. See how we put our rainbow down first so then we can decide where the paper goes? So I just want my edges of the rainbow covered. And I don't want a lot of it. Like I just want enough to cover those edges. And then I'm just going to run some adhesive on the back of my cloud. And maybe a little bit on the side so it stays nice and glued. My clouds are getting dirty. Okay, am I way off camera here? So we'll just stick that down. Okay. Then we have our vellum piece. This is going to be our centerpiece. And you can figure out where you want it. If you want the fluffy side to be on the side with the, you can flip it and figure out, you know, what direction you want your clouds. Now, with the vellum, the glue is see-through through the vellum. So make sure you only glue the bottom, which is going to be hidden. Do not glue the top because the top will be seen. So you can see I only put adhesive on the bottom where the third cloud was going to cover it. So I am going to lay my vellum cloud down, and then I've got my third piece, which is my third cloud. And I'm going to do the sides again just to make sure I have enough. Now, if you want to have a little bit, oh, I did it again. Okay. I should have stamped my sentiment here before I glued it down, but now I have to stamp after I glue it down because I put adhesive on it. Shoot. I did that with this one too, and I got away with it. It looks okay, but I didn't want to do that because it's risky and it doesn't always turn out in your favor. But I used Pineapple Punch to stamp the sentiment, and I need to get Sunshine and Rainbow stamp set out. This is the stamp set that comes with the framelits, Sunshine and Rainbows. And the sentiment I'm using is, may your birthday be bright and beautiful. I know on camera it's probably hard to see the sentiment, but it really does come out and I can read it just fine. And I just like it in yellow. I think it's pretty. So I'll get my sentiment out on a block. Boom. Okay. Remember, these are the new cases, the new ink pads. It's so much easier to open. You just flip it up and slide it down, just like a compact. No more push, pull, flip, flop, blah, blah, blah. No more of that. It's just lift up and slide down. Okay, so I'm stamping the sentiment. Aha, may your day be bright and beautiful. I'm using my magical chamois. I love this thing. Listen to that squeak. Squeaky clean. Okay, to close the case, you just pull and flip and close. Easy peasy. Okay, now I should have put an adhesive sheet on the back of this guy, but I didn't. So I'm going to get out my liquid glue, my fine tip liquid glue, because this thing allows me to put a really thin layer of glue down. Look at that. You could use Tombow glue too. I did on my first one. You can do whatever glue makes you happy. And then the only tricky thing is you just have to get that little needle back into that little tip. Otherwise it will dry and you will never be able to use this glue again. Okay. So, oh, we need to put our sun down. Let's put our sun down in the corner, just in case our hot air balloon overlaps it a little bit. I only needed one. I accidentally grabbed two. Okay, so I put that on it with the dimensional, so it's just popped there in the corner. Now I can put my hot air balloon on, and I just kind of put it at an angle and slightly overlap the sun a little bit. And we'll just glue that down. And with the liquid glue, it's not as tacky as the Tombow glue, the fine tip glue, so you just kind of have to hold it there for a second until the glue dries. And that's okay. We'll just give it a second. I'm patient. I can wait for glue to dry. Okay, and then we need our Grapefruit Grove Gross Grain ribbon for a pretty little bow across our hot air balloon. Isn't this fun for, oh yes, Janie, a Stamparatus would be good to do that. But isn't this a fun, bright birthday card? I think this is so cool. And it could be for a boy, a girl, anybody. I think it's very universal. Who doesn't like rainbows and hot air balloons? It's not very girly, right? It's just bright and fun and beautiful. So I've got my little, it's not very little. I made it actually a little bit bigger than my other one. You can make it littler, smaller is the right word I was looking for. And just trim off the edges until you're happy with it. Okay. And we need a glue dot. And just put that right there in the center of your hot air balloon. And there you have it, you guys. You have a beautiful, fun, bright hot air balloon card. Isn't that cute? I love it. Love, love, love it. I'm just putting my ribbon back, trying to be organized like Janie described me. I'm trying to live up to Jamie's description of me. Okay, and for our last fun little project, again, I'm going to show you guys how to make this little Tombow glue holder. Again, all the measurements and score lines and everything are in my blog, so if you need the details, you can go there. Here's all the little pieces we need, pieces and parts. I'm going to put all these little pieces aside. So this is what we need, two pieces of this is the blueberry bushel, 2 pieces of the cardstock. I will tell you it is cut at 2 inches by 11 and 2 inches by 4.5. That's just because I can remember that. And then I scored it, and I'm not going to be able to tell you where I scored it. You'll have to go look at my measurements. So I scored it, and I'm just burnishing all of the lines. All of the score lines need to be folded, okay? And same thing here. Same thing here. Now, if I had the right size hole punch, I would hole punch it. Not hole punch, but like circle punch. But I don't. But there's a perfect circle framelit in the layering circles that works perfectly for this. So let me grab that, because of course I don't have it out. Of course. Why would I be prepared? That's silly. Okay, so it is this circle here. And we can measure it to tell you exactly what it is, but I don't know what size circle this is. I should. Looks like it's 1 1/8. So 1 1/8 circle. Is there a 1 1/8 circle punch? Because I probably should buy that. Somebody tell me that. I don't know. Uh-oh. I lost a framelit again. Okay, so I'm going to cut these two. I think I can cut them at the same time, maybe. I'm probably going to do them separately just so I don't screw up. All right, so not the first tab, the square or rectangle, but the second rectangle from the end is where you're going to run your circle through. Okay. Oops. So like that. Just like so. So it's going to look like this. And then for this one, you can see there's kind of a center. So like it forms a box, but there's this center here. This is where we're going to cut the circle out of. Janie's making fun of my language skills a littler. Janie, I had like a 15, 20 hour day yesterday. I can't function today. I can't speak today. Okay, that's it for that. So now you've got these two pieces. And we're gonna need tear and tape for this, or you could use liquid glue, but tear and tape worked really well for me. You will need tear and tape on this smaller piece on this first tab, only up to the first score line. So on this piece here and this piece here. And I just did 2 rows because I want it to be stuck really good. So you can see it's only up to that first score line on each side. And then we need to punch the end of this. I'm going to do that before we start gluing things. You take the side that doesn't have any score lines. So this is the half that has no score lines. And you punch the end of that. Come on. Apparently I cut it slightly bigger than 2 inches because it doesn't want to fit. Oh, no, you just have to open the punch, Tiffany. You have to be smarter than the punch. Guys, don't do what I do. Goodness sakes. Okay, so I punched the top of that with our tag punch. I think that's what, no, it's the scallop topper. I don't remember what it's called. It's the punch that creates the scallop tag. Okay. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is glue this piece into our other piece. So I'm just peeling the backing off of here. Yes, I love that punch too. I just can't think of the name of it right this second. Lord help me. Okay, coffee help me. Okay, so what you're going to do, again, like I showed you, it's gonna make this little box like this. So I'm going to start the box. There's a score line in the center here. And I'm going to line up this edge. See, I folded it over. I'm going to line it up with that edge. So see what I'm doing here? Just going to stick it down. And then I'm going to take the other piece and I'm going to stick it inside that same section, right? I'm going to fold down the other section so you can only see this section. And I'm going to fold it over and stick it down flush with that edge. Like that. Okay? So it's now, it looks like this. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some adhesive here. I'm going to use liquid glue just because the tear and tape takes a little bit more time. Looks like I'm running out of glue. Or I need to put it in my little Tombow holder so it's down at the tip. Okay, so this piece folds up and over and glues down. Do you see what I did there? I took the piece that's down and I folded it up and glued it to that edge, flush with the bottom. Okay, and you can actually just fold it in half and push. Okay, and then I need to glue the back of that, and I'm going to glue this top piece up. So I'm going to put some glue here. Okay. Here we go. Up, and I'm just using my fingers and pinching, making sure it's glued really well. Scalloped Tag topper. Thank you, Evelyn. Exhausted too. I'm so glad you guys can laugh at my exhaustion. It just makes me feel better. Oh, geez. I'm glad I can make you guys laugh in the morning. Okay, so you can see here I was going to tell you guys this earlier. I used the polka dotted side for this one, and I really want to try the stripe side. I love stripes. So I'm going to do stripe side for this one. But either side is good. Either side is gorgeous. This is why I shouldn't use liquid glue, because I'm a hot mess. All right, so again, the measurements for this piece are on my project sheet. I will tell you it is just cut at 1 3/4, so slightly smaller than 2 inches by, I think it's, don't quote me on it, I think it's 2 3/4, but you'll have to check my project sheet for that. And then this is cut at 1 3/4 by 1 1/4. It's just a 1/4 inch less than the actual size of the piece that you're gluing it onto, so that it's squared evenly inside. So there you go. Look at that. Cute. I love the stripes. I'm sorry, I'm just a stripes person. If you're not a stripes person, I apologize. Go back to polka dots, but I like the stripes. Okay, so there you go. It stands, it holds, it fits that tombow just perfectly. And then I just put a piece of the grosgrain ribbon. Where's my blue grosgrain ribbon? Oh, it fell. Come back. Okay, so I have my in color ribbon. If you're in my in color share, you will get this ribbon. One of these months will be the blue, and it's a surprise win, but you'll get the spool of ribbon. Or if you do my in color share, or my ribbon share, you'll get a yard of this. So you have lots of options. You could do both. I wouldn't be mad at you if you did both. Okay, so did you see what I did there? I just took a piece, double looped it, stuck the 2 ends through the back or through the front, left the loops in the back, and then just strung the ends through the loop, and it just creates a little, I don't know what you call this, a little tie, I guess. And then you take some white baker's twine, and I actually did a double because it's so thin. I want it to stand out a little bit more. To do a double bow, you just double over the ribbon or the string, baker's twine, and you just tie a bow like normal. So like so. If I can tie a bow. It's so much harder when people are watching you tie a bow. Just like it's so much harder, like all of a sudden your brain forgets how to type when somebody's standing over your shoulder watching you type. Yeah, bows are the same way. I could tie bows all day long, but when you start looking at me, I'm like, I could never tie a bow in my life. Okay, so once you're done with the tying of the bow, you just cut that bottom loop. Maybe, if your scissors cooperate. And you have a cute little bow, double bow. Isn't that cute? Okay, let me get this out of the way. So the other thing that I did was I decorated it, and I want to show you how I did the flowers because it's something that I'm super excited about. It's probably my favorite thing in the new catalog, and that is this set called Springtime Impressions Framelits. It's the new beautiful butterfly and this gorgeous flower piece. It's just beautiful, and I used it to design some cards for our retreat yesterday, and I cut out like 50,000 butterflies, but this cute little flower here just makes this perfect little flower. So I cut it out in blue and in white, and I put some pearls and a leaf from my leaf punch, and just embellished my little tombow holder just a little bit more. So I've got a piece of the blueberry bushel and a piece of whisper white. I'm just gonna run that through the Big Shot real quick. But I just love that framelit set. And of course it was my first set I bought. And I couldn't be happier with it. I love the stamp set that goes with it. If you bought the Retreat from me, you got to play with that. Okay, so cutting out one blue flower, and then I'm gonna actually have to use my foam. I'm gonna do it on the other side of my Big Shot because I don't have room and I still need to cut. Get out of the framelit. I need my piercing tool. Piercing tool comes in handy for these little things. There's one flower. I'm going to cut another one in white. And I'm just going to punch it out with the little tool, like so. Be gone. Okay, so there's our two flowers. Don't want to lose this. I love this little flower. Put that back in there. So I've got my two flowers, and then I need my leaf punch. I've been using this leaf punch a lot. I'm surprised by how much I've actually used it. It's so convenient and easy when you need your greenery. Again, I'm using the Call Me Clover, which is the new In Color Green. I've just been playing to my heart's content with those new colors. And then I need some pearls. Ooh, even better than pearls. Hang on. I think I have faceted gems I want to play with next. Okay, so we'll put some, we'll glue down our leaf first. Just putting some dabs of Tombow glue. Put that in the corner, like so. Okay, and then we'll put our blue flower down without dimensionals. I'm just putting some glue. Putting that down. And then we have our white piece. I'm going to put that down with a dimensional. So I'm going to put a little mini glue dot right in the center, because I know that I'm going to cover up the center with an embellishment, so I know that it won't be seen. So I'm just going to offset my flower a little bit, and then I'm going to put an embellishment. And you can put a pearl like I did here, or you can do a pretty faceted gem. Faceted gem? I don't know. I probably say it wrong. But I have these perfect little faceted gems. And these ones are going away, so I'm using up my little stock. Makes me sad. But isn't that cute? Now this glue is really disgusting looking. Don't look at that one. Here. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Look at those pretty little things. Now you know how to make one. Now you can make one for a friend, for a crafty neighbor, for yourself. They're so easy, right? I probably made it look a lot more difficult than it really is. But there is a fun little project. And again, everybody loved their little gifts from yesterday. Everybody got one of these, and they got a liquid glue to go with it. And so here's my little rainbow. I love these new In Colors, you guys. I hope you guys are excited about them as much as me. I hope you'll consider joining me for my In Color Club. We're going to have a blast. Even if you can't be here locally with me, I will make sure you have a blast at home. And you get excited to get your package each month. And let me get my little watermelons. Here they are, my little watermelon bags. Look at these. Super cute. Probably can't see them, but I can't fit everything in the screen. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining me this morning. And I hope you have a fabulous week. I hope you get some bright colors into your week, either in your crafting or outdoors in the flowers and sunshine. But thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next week for more prizes, more giveaways, and yeah, have a fabulous Sunday. Bye.